Kill Blue, episode 6. You already know we got to get into this. Now, in the last episode, you know that Juzo was studying his ass off for those midterms, and it paid off. He was staying up day in and day out, losing sleep, looking crazy as hell, looking like the Walking Dead. But he ended up making B's and C's, so he passed every single midterm. Then he ended up hanging out at this tranny bar with some of his friends, colleagues, underlings, and with his ex-wife, Eri. Now, home economics, he's learning how to sew buttons on clothing, and the president told all of the members of the home economics club that they needed to make rice balls for the baseball team, and that's where it gets really interesting. So they take the rice balls to the baseball field, and who is there? Tenma Tendo. He is a unicorn, a freak athlete that has high dreams and aspirations of becoming a pro in baseball, soccer, and basketball. He wants to be the first one to enter the NBA, the MLB, and the Premier League, y'all. Yes, but he knows who Juzo is because Juzo is making noise, and Juzo is Norwin's boyfriend. So he challenges Juzo to a futsal match, and Juzo said, bring the smoke. Now, Shin and Kito nominate themselves to help Juzo out. So we're gonna see what happens with this futsal match. Look, like the video, sub to the channel, and we gonna get at it right now. Okay, so the futsal match is about to begin, and Juzo, Kito, and Shin, their strategy is to use their numbers advantage because Tenma has only one teammate. So Juzo is like, look, if we can just pass the ball around, maybe we can win this thing. So Kito passes the ball to Juzo, and boom, Tenma is right there and steals the ball. Now Shin is playing goalie, and Tenma, he kicks that ball so hard he tilts the goal because he did not make the shot, and the ball goes flying in the air. Man, he ended up knocking the goal over. It literally went through the barricade. Full episode is uploaded on the channel as we speak. So do your boy a favor. Watch the full video, y'all. I swear, you will not be disappointed. You will not feel like you wasting your time. And with that being said, let's get back to it. Juzo kicked the ball so hard that when Tenma caught the ball with his foot, the ball was still spinning and it went out of bounds. Hey, even Tenma is impressed because he tells Juzo, he said, okay, he not bad. So when the ball went out of bounds, of course, Juzo, Shin, and Kito, they have a kick in. Kito nominates himself to kick the ball in, but Shin has lost his pacifier and he is acting crazy right now. So Shirashi asks Shin if he has an extra pacifier, and he says, yeah, it's on my book bag in the classroom. So Norwin and two other members of the home economic class, these girls, they said, okay, we'll all go find it and bring it back. Mind you, nobody has scored yet. It is still 0-0. So they go to the classroom and they find the pacifier hanging on Shin's book bag. So they grab it and they take off. And as they're running back to the gym, they start talking about why that pacifier is such a sentimental symbol for Shin because it reminds him of his mother. That's like the last memory that he has is her giving him a pacifier. Yo, so the girls get back to the gym and Shin's face is all beat up. He's about as stiff as a board. He looking wild like somebody came through with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and added some stomps in there. His face is all beat up, swole up. I mean, damn, he was taking a lot of soccer balls to the face. You can tell. So Norwin takes the pacifier and throws it at Shin, and she's like, Shin, incoming. And at the same time, Tenma ends up kicking the soccer ball towards Shin, and Shin ends up catching the soccer ball with his foot. He does this spin around because he has a pacifier in his mouth. Then he tells Tenma, sorry, things are not about to go the way that it did before. I'm quite confident in my footwork too. So there's 3 minutes left in this futsal duel and nobody has scored yet. So we got Tenma and Juzo going back and forth, stealing the ball from each other. I mean, nobody is getting the advantage at this point. They are neck and neck as far as skills are concerned. So Kito goes up to Juzo and he says, Juzo, you are doing incredible. And Juzo says, man, I want to beat Tenma, but I haven't played sports in such a long time that I'm actually having fun. So it goes to this flashback where Tenma and his teammate are walking and he's talking to Tenma about Juzo, saying, hey, I think I know why you're singling out Juzo. It's because you are a freak athlete, you have an amazing physique, and you need somebody to challenge you. You need an adversary, right? You need somebody that's gonna push you. And Tenma says, not really. I absolutely love destroying people. And he says, look, all 3 sports that I'm trying to conquer right now, I want to be alone at the top. I'm not going to be lonely. Then it goes back to the duel and Tenma kicks the ball so hard he deflates it. He looks at Juzo and he says, look, it is time to get serious. So Kito and Tenma start running towards each other. Tenma has the ball and Kito tries to do this trip to take the ball away from Tenma and he just gets knocked on his ass. Then Tenma just dribbles right by Shin and now he's headed towards Juzo, who is right in front of the goal. Oh, then he flips the ball over Juzo, kicks it in the goal. We have 1-0 right now. So Tenma had scored right before halftime and Juzo tells Shin and Kito, let me handle this. I'm the one agreed to this duel. So now we at the second half and Juzo is challenging Tenma man to man. Yo, Juzo ain't letting Tenma get nothing off. Anytime Tenma tries to move, Juzo is right there in front of his face. Juzo is having so much fun, he ends up thanking Tenma and telling him that he is having a blast right now. Yo, then Tenma says, hey man, that's some weird old man shit. So the ball gets kicked up in the air and Juzo and Tenma end up in this kick clash and Tenma is like, I swear I'm gonna win. And then somebody yells out, oh, they're evenly matched. And Juzo is like, no, we're not. I'm still holding a grudge against this little punk because of how he talked and treated the home economics club. And whenever somebody makes you rice balls, you thank them and you be grateful, and then Juzo kicks the ball into the goal. Now, it's Tenma's ball, right? And he takes a deep breath and he says, you know what? I give up, I forfeit, I can't keep up after that. Wow, I am so surprised he actually is forfeiting right now. And the crowd is like, what? You are really giving up right now? Even Juzo is like, really? You're going to quit right now? So what ended up happening is Tenma ended up getting hurt after that kick clash that he had with Juzo. And he does not want to injure himself anymore because he's not going to be able to compete in all 3 sports. So Shirashi ends up getting a first aid kit and getting a wrap and going over to Tenma and she wraps up his injured ankle. Now, Tenma is super surprised because, of course, he was talking down on the Home E Club, right? And Shirashi is the president. So he's like, well, I haven't even apologized yet. Plus, I'm the enemy. Why are you doing this? And Shirashi is like, listen, when somebody is injured, no matter what, the right thing to do is to help them. And then more of the members of the Home Economic Club surround Tenma. One brings a crutch and Tenma stands up and says, listen, I apologize for the things that I said about y'all, for disrespecting y'all. I'm truly sorry. The rice balls you brought were truly delicious, and thank you for bringing them. All right, so everybody goes back to the Home Economics Club room, right? And they're waiting on Juzo to arrive. And Juzo walks in with a football helmet on. He got on goggles. He got a baseball bat under his arm. He also got a football under his arm. It looks like he got like a sumo wrestler underwear thing on, and he got a tennis racket in his hand and then a badminton racket inside of his sumo wrestling drawers. He looking wild. Everybody's like, what the hell is going on with you, Juzo? So basically what happened was, after that duel that he had with Tenma, everybody started recruiting him to play a specific sport. It's just a whole bunch of them. Then Tenma walks in on crutches and Shin asks, hey, are you coming to join the Home Economics Club? And Tenma is like, no, right? And then he looks at, Shin, and he's like, why you always sucking on that thing? Busted out like that shit's still funny, right? So he's like, nah, there's something that I gotta do. And he goes up to Shirashi and he tells her, I have fallen for you. Please go out with me. Yo, Shirashi is tripping. She is turning red. She don't know what to do at all. All right, so Ryo grabs his kendo stick and he is like, look, dog, you trying to go out my sister? I'll freaking kill you. Yo, he was like, I don't care if you a unicorn. Listen, that is my sister. Look, Ryo is not playing around at all when it comes to his sister, y'all. So Juzo is like, listen, Tenma, let's just go outside right now before some things go down inside of this Home Economics room. So Juzo and Tenma are outside and Juzo is like, hey man, what is wrong with you? What kind of joke was that? And Tenma was like, I wasn't joking. Now, all of these things that's been going on with, Home Economics Club, all of the drama with Norwin, him being her boyfriend and starting to weigh on him. He's like, listen, I don't want to stand out. I just want to study, right? And Tenma is like, listen, you are not the average student. There is something up with you, and sooner or later, you gonna get found out. Then he says, an amateur does not beat me in a kick clash just by a fluke or sheer guts alone. Now, mind you, Norwin is eavesdropping on their conversation. Then Juzo says, maybe you're right, but I wouldn't trade this school life for anything. Tenma ended up doing Juzo a favor and leaking the fact that he was injured, but he stated that he was injured during the duel that he had with Juzo, which we know ain't true at all, but he's helping Juzo out because it kind of hurts his credibility a little bit, so people stop recruiting him to play other sports so Juzo can go back to being a regular student. And now Tenma and Juzo are on good terms. They not beefing no more. They cool. They have called it a truce. Then the episode ends. Listen, Juzo is what, 2-3-0? Anybody who has challenged Juzo has had to hold the L so far. Listen, I don't know who else is next to challenge him, but Juzo has gained the advantage either way. You are not stopping this grown-ass man inside of this middle school body. It's not happening. But this episode was funny as hell. It had a lot of suspense, a lot of back and forth, especially during the duel. And Shin was hilarious in this episode as well. Look, I am enjoying this so much. I can't wait to see episode 7. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch y'all for the next episode, y'all. Peace.